going to get the eye stitched up and come back even stronger.
But you've got to look at the eye. To fight with an eye like that handicap, all that blood coming down.
You know, we don't. There was blood coming down here. I had one eye from round 2 or 3. Couldn't see.
Third round. The referee said it was from a blow. So if they had stopped the fight, he would have lost.
Tyson, was there any sense of panic from you? Was there any sense of panic?
Let's pause right there. Listen, you know, I do get a little squeamish when it comes to fights these days. You know, after watching, you know, the Maxim Dadashev incident, you know, I could cover like hundreds of fights a year, like in this format. So I've seen fights with lesser cuts get stopped. Now, his eye is shredded. But looking at it again, it's the next morning. Got a chance to get some sleep. You know, it was a little late. Many other referees would have stopped this fight. Many other doctors would have stopped this fight. Would have looked like, no. But I notice now there's a lot of fucking doctors and shit in the fucking comments. To myself, oh, mate, you're wrong. And you don't know shit about boxing, mate. You're a fucking casual. Hey, listen. I cover... I'm not even going to say that I cover fucking way more boxing than you. I'm talking about I live, eat, breathe, and sleep it. Press releases, all that shit. Ticking and I know all that shit. The point I'm trying to make is I'm watching that shit and I'm like, oh man, his eye's gonna fall apart. They're letting it go too long. His shit was split in the 3rd round. So imagine I'm watching it and you gotta think, you were thinking the fucking same shit too. That's why I would love to know what the peak numbers were for Fury versus Wallin, but unfortunately ESPN Plus, the streaming service here in the States, doesn't release that number. Because once I started tweeting and posting shit on Facebook, I noticed others were like, yo, y'all better turn to this fight. The fight can fucking get stopped. Fury's got a bad cut. And if you watch the fight, you would notice that he was opening that shit back up himself. Wallin wasn't really touching in the set when Wallin did that old fucking, I'm going to show you a clip of it where he pawed Tyson's shit. Looked right in the referee's face, Tony Weeks, and just pawed Tyson Fury's shit. But the cut came from a punch, a little short left hookish uppercut type deal. Tyson Fury showboating and shit. Anyway, listen in, please subscribe. And this second one right here, where did that come from? Like the one on the inside? But Tyson Fury was really, like, putting himself in danger. I mean, it shows he's got balls and everything like that. And you could tell he doesn't really know how to react to a cut because he was doing shit that aggravated, like bullying him with his head, rubbing his head all on Otto Wallin's face and shit, aggravating it. So, yeah, the cut man did an excellent job. Excellent job. Tyson Fury's got the victory. I noticed that the commentators, you know, they couldn't fumble the bag. Simple as that. They couldn't fuck up the money. They was looking, everybody was fucking shitting bricks, thinking like, oh shit, fucking Wilder Fury 2 might be off or might be postponed. And even now you're wondering, they're going to put a lot of money into that plastic surgery. Scar tissue is going to be an issue though. And whatever happened in the 12th round of Tyson Fury, that is a bit alarming. So, I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe. We've got a lot more to talk about.
No such fight. I'm a gypsy warrior, I'm a gypsy king. It's a party fight. You can't go swimming and not get wet. Congratulations, Otto Wallin. He was a worthy challenge of the lineal champion.
And Frank, from you at ringside, any panic, concern?
Yeah, of course he gets a bad cut like that. Of course we're concerned. You know, we want everything to be right for him. It just changed the fight. It changed the dynamic of the fight. But he's all about heart, and that's what it is.
Let me tell you something. That cut man, you got to give him a bonus. Hey, you hear this? You ought to give the cut man a bonus. He did a hell of a job. A hell of a job stopping it. That's not an easy cut to stop.
There's 2 cuts on there. 2 cuts. A shot and a headbutt as well.
Yeah. And finally, Tyson, I know that it was bleeding, I know it was tough, I know it was rough.
You dirty bastard. You know, and me, I was thinking, remember Vitali Klitschko and Lennox Lewis, how Lennox Lewis had those braids and he just was digging them shits into his cut, into Big Click cut, just digging them joints in, you know? And obviously that cut was more severe because imagine, right, on Klitsch shit, it was split. Like it was a cut on the top and a cut on the lid, but it was like split. I should have pulled up the image to show you. In fact, let's go look it up real quick. Yeah, but listen, I'm glad the fight didn't get stopped. I know what people, like YouTube boxing media can be, and vloggers and shit, people a little frustrated with him. Klitschko Lewis. People be a little frustrated thinking that, all black guys hate Tyson Fury. Not all, I'm not saying that. But also, Big John Fury was pissed. Tyson Fury's pop, they think I guess he think Tyson on too much clown shit. Let me see if I can get you how come I can't pull the image up? You see? Like his shit was nasty, and he had one under the eye too. Let's go full screen. But this shit, you can see it was deeper. Can we get a better image? They're too damn small. But yeah, his shit is way uglier, and then the one on the bottom made it look worse. But he's pretty much got the same one. It's not necessarily split too much. I thought it was, I haven't seen it in a while. He's pretty much got the same, except they're both on the brow. That was nasty back then. That was nasty. But yeah, this is gonna take some time to heal up, and even with that, you got to worry about the scar tissue. And Otto Wallin has made some new fans, but just imagine if Tyson Fury didn't get the cut, he would have definitely, in my opinion, schooled the shit out of motherfucking Otto Wallin. But either way, if Otto Wallin, I'm not saying he should have fought dirty, and that little shit he did with the pawing. That was classless because it was too out there. But there were tactics that he could have used, that we've seen happen in boxing when boxers were cuts before. Like we talked about with Lennox Lewis, where he could have really made shit ugly for Tyson Fury. And especially when Tyson Fury was inviting him to do it by bullying his head down. And, once Tyson Fury would even let Wallin get him into a headlock, and then Wallin not knowing, or you would see, I would think like, I would look at Wallin, not saying I was rooting for him, but what I'm saying is I would look and say, yo, if he just tightened that up every time a little bit, every time Fury come out, he would aggravate that cut a little more. But Fury was coming out, and then you would see the Vaseline clearly fall off. Like little shit like that. Or, when he would see that Tyson Fury was bulling his head in, drop his chin, just start rubbing that shit, like this shit right here, like all on it, But hey, I'm not saying. He should have done it. I'm just saying. I'm not, I know people going to misinterpret this shit. I just was looking like, yo, like, this is a fucking, put it this way. It woke me up. I was already, fucking this latest shit, and I'm watching and I'm thinking like, yo, this is scary. So now it makes you think like, what happened with Joshua Ruiz, Joshua getting knocked out. What happened with this fight? Fury almost fumbling the bag, in his cut with that cut shit. Also, he's got to stop. This should be the perfect lesson for him. You got to stop that showboating shit, man. People getting tired of it. I love the entrance. That shit was cool. I love the entrance. And I love you embracing the culture. By the way, attendance was about 8,500. The rumor is about 5,000 tickets or so was given away, but that's no fucking secret. People knew that. Fans knew like this shit really wasn't going to pop off. But nonetheless, I'm glad that they still put that promotion behind it. But now this is a lesson. Like, yo, don't be fucking changing dates. He was supposed to fight on October the 5th. Don't be changing dates, like all that shit. I commend what he was trying to do. He wanted to fight on. Once he found out Canelo wasn't fighting in the T-Mobile Arena, they booked that shit up. They was like, oh shit, we can slide it and let's get Fury in there. But they couldn't get a good enough opponent, like a Big Baby Miller couldn't get his license. Pulev don't want to give up his mandatory spot. He didn't want to fight. He's got a golden ticket in the IBF Mando. Alexander Povetkin, it was a money situation. We don't know what really happened there, but he fought his cousin Huey Fury. And I forgot who they said they had offered to or whatever. So they tried for a bigger name. And even during the fight week, Bob Burnham did an interview with BT Sport that we talked about. I did a video on it like before I started the fight, post-fight videos yesterday, where he was like, yeah, he's not pleased with this, But now, maybe they'll get an option on Otto Wallin. I'm pretty sure Top Ring got an option on Otto Wallin now. You know, to have him come back, you know, and you know, be with fight those top ranked BT Frank Warren heavyweights. But what I was saying was, look what happened with this. You know, now what's going to happen with Wilder versus Luis Ortiz? That's supposed to be either November the 9th or the 23rd on Showtime or PBC on Fox pay-per-view. What if it's a power move and they put it on free PBC on Fox? Is that possible? I would have to go look at the the Fox TV schedule, you know, to see if they can do some shit. That would be a power move to build it up, you know, because they're supposed to fight February the 22nd, according to Bob Arum, and pretty much it's been confirmed that they're supposed to fight February the 22nd if Wilder wins 2020, and it's looking like it's going to be some ESPN Fox type broadcast, and they're trying to use the same model for to make Spence versus Crawford next year. So yeah, once again, I'm glad the fight didn't get stopped. You know, it's ugly cut, man.
But you seem to still be enjoying it.
I did. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed tasting a bit of blood in my mouth. All on a good spirits, you know. It was a good fight. I enjoyed it. I hope the fans enjoyed it. And let's roll on February 22nd.
Tyson, how did these cuts change the approach, especially when you found out that it wasn't a headbutt, but it was a punch that if they had stopped the fight, you would have lost by technical knockout?
Yes, firstly, I just want to say thank you to my Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ for giving me the power, the strength, and giving me the victory on this special weekend. Secondly, big shout out Bob Arum, Top Rank, Jimmy Pitero, ESPN, and Kevin Mayer. And
I guess the question is, in boxing, you're not in a case like a cut, you know, you're not necessarily worried about the fighter's future in regards to scars and scar tissue, and maybe if they'll be able to sustain cuts, but more focused on, you know, I'm probably all jumbling shit around, but, you know, like the fighter, like his orbital bone wasn't broken. It didn't look like it did look like could he lose his eye, because he have, you know, they just can stitch that shit up. So looking at it, you know, on a second viewing, as I did a couple hours ago, I'm watching that cut like, yo, that shit is nasty. But I can see like how other referees would, I don't know. I'm more, see, what I was worried about, which I, you know, and it was late, I wasn't thinking like, I'm thinking like, well, you know, then he's gonna have to still deal with that scar tissue, and then like, can he see, you know, and what are going to be we don't know. It may or may not, you know, God forbid it will be any long-term issues from this. Like, for example, if he go in to fight Wilder and immediately he get cut the first round. But if he would have got a TKO loss on his record, that would have been like, oh man, people would have had a field day. He lost to motherfucking Otto Wallin. They wouldn't have been like, people wouldn't have been like, no, it was the cut, you know, because it was a punch, clean as day. In fact, let me see if I can find that punch for you real quick before we go. I'll give you guys a little treat. I'm sure you've already seen it, though. You know, you guys already seen it. Is it right here? Yeah, it was ugly, man. Yeah, it's right here. Hold on. Let's take a little look at it real quick. Take a little look at it. Let's go over here. This is the between rounds when it had first happened. Oh, shit. Hold up. Wait. Do I have sound on that?
That's a bad
gas. This is when it first happened. You see? That's the first initial cut. Like, that's when it first happened. This is, you know, after the round. What was this? Damn, you can't see the time because it's already jumbled. 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So they're working on it. Let's show you the replay. Now it's a punch. Hold on. I can't let it play through because fucking Guillermo be pissed. Guillermo.
Keep focused on winning the round. Don't look, try and bang him out. Anything silly, don't panic, okay? Good stuff.
Look at that left hand that landed flush from Otto Wallin. Now we have to find out, Bernardo Osuna will be on this, how the committee.
Glad he made it out. The man's got amazing luck, you know. And Tony Weeks, you know, I guess he wasn't no more controversy, and it would have been controversy if it was stopped. And looking at it now, it's like, all right, you know, he's gonna need some fucking hell of a plastic surgery, but that Wilder money, you know, and then all the promotion they put inside of this, they can't have him on the shelf. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised if ESPN fucking and BT put in some money to get him the best plastic surgeon. But one thing, he got to stop showboating. Even with the first knockdown with Wilder, when Wilder, I was like, why is he ducking so low? Eventually, like, come on, man. Like, I understand that's his style and everything, but yo, that shit gonna get him hurt. And John, in fact, let me pull it up real quick. And his pop was saying the same shit. Like, he clowning around too much. Like, that shit gonna get you knocked the fuck out like it almost did. On the rope, grabbing the rope and doing all that shit. Otto Wallin touching him. Let's see. Otto Wallin touching him. Anyone saw this fight, understand and recognize he's not the same fighter, but what I would do to him. Oh, that's fucking barbershop conversation got some shit. Here it is right here. I gotta go listen to that. Tyson Fury's father, John Fury. You're never going to be body beautiful, but that's what he's emphasized on, looking good rather than the actual fight itself. They never listen to you. The dads never know nothing. Everybody else is always right and I'm wrong, but I've seen this coming. If I had my say, the lot, meaning all of them, would be gone. Looking at that there. If he keeps hold of that team, they're going to cost him his career. I'll say it live on TV. The team being what's around him now, Ben Davison, whatever he's got there in charge of business, need to look in the mirror and say, not good enough at a high level. It's proved it tonight. Just concluded by excluding the cut man from the criticism, he added, I've got to commend him. I think he was the only worthwhile man in that whole team. Shit. And yeah, Tyson be showboating too much, man. Like, work off the jab, box, keep it in the middle of the ring. All that ducking, like, you too tall. You too fucking tall. And I'm watching it. I'm like, yo, I understand you want to put on a show, but look, what the fuck happened to you? Get that fucking cut. Fucking up the money and shit. Like, fight tall. Nobody can get past his jab. In my opinion. TstreeT controversy with FightView360.com. And I've been covering this son of a bitch. Term of endearment. Like, before you fucking bums on YouTube, the first Tyson Fury fight I ever motherfucking covered was Zach Page, you fucking bums. And that was after I did fucking, what was that, Pacquiao Margarita or some shit? And then the first real fight when I did a post-fight video in 2011 was Derek Chisora, the first one that was lit. Anyway, when I had to find an old-ass Box Nation stream. Wasn't that Box Nation? You can't lease my boots. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.
And after that, I want to say big congratulations to Otto. I just want to say rest in peace to his father. I know he'd be very, very proud of the performance that Otto Wallin just did. The great Swede, the Viking warrior. It was a great fight, you know.